What's going on, guys? So it's new week, new video. Now I did not post a video last week, but we did get the torque converter in worthless. So we went with the TCI. I mean, stuck it in there. We pre-filled it, did all that. I'm gonna plug in a couple videos of that real quick, just because I didn't post a video of it. So filled it up, got everything bolted back into place, transmission coil lines, all that crap, the whole nine, got it all bolted back in. Started up the car, let it idle for a little bit, probably 2-3 minutes, I guess. And we tried pulling this thing out. Went into gear a lot better, and you could actually feel it kind of like clunk. So it does engage. Now, as far as takeoff, it did okay whenever I pulled it out of the garage, but whenever I went to go backwards to back it back into the garage, I had nothing. I mean, I floored it. I was just 2,500, 2,600 RPM, and it was barely moving, and that just stopped altogether. I mean, it wouldn't move any further. So I ended up adding 2 quarts of transmission fluid, and the car moved again. Did good, so I think it was just kind of low on fluid, which is not a bad deal. So I put more in it. And then I took it out of the driveway. I didn't film any of this. I mean, it's pitch black outside, so you guys wouldn't be able to see much anyways. So I took it out and drove it around to the backyard, back around to the front, and it did decent. So with it being that dark, I didn't take it out again. We just parked it right back in the garage where it sits actually. And now I have something in the way that's keeping me from pulling it out. So this is a family member's truck. It's a 76 Chevy C10, 2-wheel drive, basically bone stock. Nothing done to it. I mean, looks like an old John Deere type of color. Looks like a big old green bean. Kind of ugly, but I like it. So the idea with what we're doing here is this 2-barrel intake. Don't know if it's 305 or 350, but we are going to be changing that intake to an Edelbrock 4-barrel carbureted intake. So he's ordering a 4-barrel. I believe it's 1405 Edelbrock, so it should be manual show. Enough carburetor for this thing. So he did put headers on this. We have a little bit of a transmission leak. I need to fix up the intake, do a couple wires. We're going to install some gauges in it. and the rear diff cover. So we're going to be doing that too. Now the idea is I'm going to be doing some of this, and then I'm also going to have Eli come over here, and he's wanting to learn some of this stuff. So I'd really like it if he was able to get into this and kind of put his hands on it and have a better understanding for whenever he does it later on. So we're going to do that. Let me start this thing up for you. Actually, it sounds pretty good. As far as the plug wires, we don't have but probably half of them plugged in, because these are the factory plug wires and they rub against the headers, so they didn't plug in all the way. So let me get you guys turned around here. All right, let's see. I believe that's the right key. You got a door and then you got an ignition key. That's how all these older vehicles were. Now we are in park. Make sure we give her a couple pumps here. Foot on the brake just so we don't hit the garage or worthless. So that didn't last long. It's got some really bad gas in it. So, you know, we're just pumping the engine full of that. But that's kind of one of the big reasons why we are changing this intake. You know, I'm not a fan of 2 barrels. I know Timmy's not, the guy that we're doing this for. So we're going to be changing all that crap. Now, as far as the idling issue, you know, I mean, we got a couple vacuum lines unplugged. We got something that's just cracked out like no other. Just real nasty looking. So we're gonna get all that cleaned up and probably do quite a bit of I'm trying to think, wire looming, get all that cleaned up. These wires, they will be changed. Like I said, these are the straight boots. We're gonna put the 90s on there so they fit in between the headers, and just kind of do a good old once over it. So we're gonna be doing a time lapse on this. I'm gonna be doing stuff while I wait for Eli, because he still has school, he's got track practice, all kind of crap like that. So really kind of working around his schedule because I want him to be a part of this. So anyways, he gets a little bit of time. We're gonna be knocking this thing out and hopefully give you guys a pretty decent video. So anyways, that's the plan. All right, guys. So went ahead and replaced these valve covers, the ones that were on it, garbage, bent up and everything else. And we had to take them off to put the intake on anyways. So put those on, got some new cork gaskets. Dropped the distributor in, should be in top dead center. If it's not, then we'll just take it out and 180 it, do whatever. But trying to find that timing mark on this one is a bit of a booger. But got that. Need to get a new thermostat housing tomorrow with the thermostat and the carburetor. He believes that it's at his house, so if so, then we'll pick that up. And hopefully get this thing started. This fuel line, we need to cut it off down below. We need to make sure that we flare it to put a fuel line on there, because we're going to put an inline fuel filter up to the carburetor. Something else. My fat ass had gotten in here and broke this brake line off of this master cylinder. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that back, flare that with a new fitting, and get that bolted back in there. Let's see. So yeah, other than that, we're going to cover this thing up and probably call it a day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Got the info booklet. We don't need that. What would we do? A couple stickers. That's cool. And then that puppy. So this is the manual choke. Even came with a fuel filter. Awesome. So we'll be putting that on. So anyways, I already have studs that we're going to put in this intake manifold. And that way we can put the gasket on, just set the carburetor down on there and do that. Now we also have, let me move that. We have a new thermostat housing. Other one was no bueno. We have a throttle bracket. Let's see, what else here? Oh yeah, so we got 180 thermostat we're gonna be putting in it. Oh yeah, and I got one more thing. I don't have this tool, so I need to go and pick it up for myself anyways, but it's a flaring tool. So as you can see, that brake line right there is gonzo. So my knee rubbed up against it, broke it off of there. So we're going to be taking that out and we will be reflaring it. So anyways, I'm going to start by putting this carb on here, get everything bolted in where it needs to be, and just kind of start from there. So yeah. All right, so always got to remember to hit the record button. But we did get the rest of the top of the engine together. We got the carb on, we got the throttle bracket, springs, fuel filter, I mean, thermostat housing, everything. So everything is in. We do not have any coolant in it yet, for the simple fact that I want to get running and make sure that we're running solid before we have a chance of leaking anywhere or anything like that. So want to make sure that she runs. Let's see, got everything on. I'm pretty sure I got the timing where I want it, just for a startup. But give her a pump of gas here. Import. Okay, well, it runs. So, sounds like we have too much choke. So, I haven't wired the choke cable on yet. Actually, forget it at the shop. So, let's open that up a little bit, see what we got. Even the idle sounds pretty good. So, give her another pump here. Okay. Still wants to die. Honestly, that's a pretty good. Okay. All right. I just turned the distributor just a tad bit. Give it a half a turn on the throttle. Really, I just want to get it to idle for a second, and then we will check over everything else. We are idling. Okay, Went too far. Let's try and start her again here. Idle sounds a little wonky. One pump. That sounds pretty damn healthy. Okay. Well, we got that done. Get Timmy over here. I'll get his ham. We'll go ahead and check the timing on this bad boy. And just kind of go from there, really. I mean, still got a couple things we need to wrap up. We need to put some holders for the wires. We don't want those hitting the headers. And let's see, need to put some loom on a couple things. Still need to put the choke cable on. So yeah, we'll screw with all that probably tomorrow or this weekend. Get that kind of fixed up and work on some other things, I guess. I mean, just some piddly stuff. So and that, I mean, that's the gist of it. So pretty cool. Once pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of the gist of it. Turned out pretty decent. This 4-barrel and this little bit bigger intake, it really should open this engine up. And all the chrome, you know, I mean, that adds some horsepower itself. I need to get some coolant, fill this thing up, make sure that we don't have any leaks, especially with the oil or anything like that. So we're going to try and refrain from that. Other than that, that's probably as far as I'm going to go today. So I need to pick some crap up and I need to go get the boy. So anyways, I will see you guys whenever I see you. All right, guys, it's Sunday. And we busted down on this truck a little bit yesterday. So had Timmy over here. We got this thing in time. He actually got an air filter. We got it full of coolant. So yeah, everything should be okay. Still need to move starter wires and all that. We got the plug wire separators on there, so those wires are off of the headers. Kind of got the choke kind of wired up right now. Still need to put the cable on it. I'll do that tomorrow and this week. But as far as that's as far as we're going to probably go on this video. But I'll go ahead and start it for you. Grab the keys. Okay. Give her a pump. Hang on. Sounds real healthy, so. So yeah, sounds really good. Running on an all 8. The idle, it's pretty decent. We don't have a tack or nothing like that. So we're just gonna do a guesstimation about anywhere from 8 to 900 RPM probably. Idle, so which isn't bad. But still gotta do gauges, still gotta do some small things like that, clean this engine bay up. But I just want to be able to put a video out for you guys and have something to watch, because we can make that all next week. And we're going to be doing some more work on Worthless next week, so we should be able to fit in a video too. But yeah, that'll probably finish out this video. I mean, just got the small crap left on this. Be able to knock that out this week and hopefully start on Worthless. Ordered a steering box. Hopefully it comes in time. If so, we're going to be rocking and rolling on that, making it steer the right direction. So, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next week. Take it easy.